Okay, we're going to do the mind map today, but it's going to be a slightly different format from the way that I usually do it. So let me just start with where we've been doing it. And we talk about 3 levels of mind, or this is really mindless. So God mind is reality, it's where we still are. This is according to the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles. We're still here, we never left. But there was a tiny mad idea in which we thought, well, maybe I could be on my own. And so immediately you have this level of the dreamer and the dream. And the dreamer falls into the dream space and finds 2 thoughts. Because part of the dreamer wants to be separate, wants to be on its own. That's all of us. Because this is like one dreamer, and we're really still all parts of this one dreamer. So we have the part of us that wants to be separate, wants to survive at any cost, and tells any kind of a lie, any kind of a story so that it can get its way. And then over here, the correction immediately came with us. It's the part of us that remembers, oh yeah, I'm just dreaming. I'm the lucid dreamer over here, and this is my awareness. So I always put SIN as an acronym for separation is necessary. So as an ego, I tell the story that it's really happened. We're really in deep doo-doo, and we feel terrible about it, but we really want to go have stories and be persons. So that gets projected into the world of time and space, which is a level of mindlessness, at least initially. And we split ourselves off. Each one thinks that it's the innocent one and everybody else is the guilty one. And we spend our whole lives trying to get this little inadequate, fearful self to get its needs met, and at the expense of somebody else. So we have fear, guilt, hate, blame, sickness. It's all coming from here, this story up here. And but we don't know that because we have this veil of amnesia that goes across here. And the hypnotist gave us a post-hypnotic suggestion and said, now you will not remember that you chose the whole thing. So now we're bodies in the world, and we have science, and we have technology, and we have all kinds of ways to measure our world and our behaviors and our feelings and so forth. And it's all real, and the ego wants to keep it real and wants to keep the Son of God, the dreaming Son of God, a prisoner down here in the body. So that's where we start out. Now, eventually, the pain here, which is really the pain, the dreamer experiencing the pain through this body, gets to be unbearable. And we say there's got to be another way or help, and reaches out. Any instant that we reach out for help, it's right there. It's part of us. The help that we need is part of us. So, but it will never force its way in. And if we want to have all these dreams of suffering, we're welcome to have them as long as we seemingly want to have them. But when we reach out for help, then we activate this part of the mind. And we can, through like a practice like the Course, we start to become more aligned with the awareness, I'm a dreamer here. So this is a little symbol that I've been given over the last few years as a symbol of the awareness. It's not a person. It's not a body. It's not separate. We give it all kinds of different names because we're used to giving anything other than us a name. I have a name and you have a name. So I have a name, so there's Jesus up there, or Buddha up there, or guides up there, or angels up there, or master teachers up there, or whatever it is. But it really doesn't have a name. And it doesn't use language. So we become aligned with that through the practice. One of the things we're going to talk about today eventually is meditation. So meditation is another name for being in alignment with this mind and what happens. There's many, many different expressions of that. But so as we practice first we practice going up here, looking down, seeing what we're doing, and not judging it, just realizing, that's a crazy idea, and I believed it. Okay, so now this chart here is going to be the exact same content, but I'm going to show it to you in a different form. And it helps to see it that way, I think. Okay, here's God mind way out here. Here's the dreamer and the dream. I can't show with this one, I can't show, the choice point. But we are all the different parts here. And there is a workbook lesson that says, light and joy and peace abide in me. So this is where the light and joy and peace are. But when we had that first thought of being separate and the ego did its thing of sin, it's like a tremendous contraction. The opposite of the Big Bang. It's the big contraction. It's the big fist. Here we are shaking our fist at reality down here. And so everything that's going on in here relates to this story of sin. And so here we are as a body. So here's the memory of God's love. Here is the realization nothing happened, and that's why there is joy. Nothing happened. I did not separate. I am still loved. I am still part of love. I am still whole. I am joined with everyone. In the world, we're not joined to anybody. We've got this little separate body walking around, and boy, does it have problems. So one of the things we'll talk about today is meditation, which is aligning this with this. And then the other thing we'll talk about today is sickness, and how we use that as a defense against this light. So the ego says, you stay in here. I put you in here. You'll be safe here. It won't be fun, but you'll be safe here in prison. And here in my moments of freedom, when my mind expands and I ask for help, then I go out here to the expansion.